Blue, you're back, and you're okay. I was so worried after what was coming in. Oh, come here. Runs in for a hug. That's 3 of our people and ships, you say now, Blue, not even counting everyone on the ground. Believe me, there'll be a raise and a big old bonus coming your way for this. Can't thank you enough for all you've done for us, even in such a short time. Thanks. It's no trouble, just my job. I'm okay, Mary, really. Although I can't say I dislike this. Give yourself some credit. With the conditions you've got up in, you've already gone well beyond what most of our pilots are flying. Not that we've got many left at this point. There's only 2 airworthy ships at this point. 2? I thought we had 3 left, including Blue. Oh, right. I only just got back from the hangar. You don't know yet. When Meteor Buster 1 was being warmed up earlier, it had a huge flame out. Someone snuck in and spiked the fuel tank with some kind of explosive. It shredded and fused all its turbines. It's completely out of action. Sabotage? Damn it, who would do that? We're trying to save lives here. We don't know exactly, but we did catch the guy. Security shot him with a stunner when he tried to run. He was alive but unconscious in the lobby. They've got him under armed guard. Once they get here, the police are going to take them in for questioning. Not that what you're saying is important tech, but we got warning lights. Debris coming in, not a type I've seen before. There's about 70 readings here, and it's all the same size, pretty small. They're approaching the city. The spread's too tight for it to be normal debris. That's because I'll bet it isn't normal debris. We're under attack. Sound the general alarm. Get everyone to the shelters and get both remaining ships in the air. Omar can handle the high altitude approach. Blue, keep as many of those from landing as you can. Yeah, we're being shot at now. And if it's the mission I think it is, we're going to need the railgun. This one is about if it's the mission I think it is about picking off targets very quickly and quickly switching to new ones. Yep. That's definitely not debris. That was a shell. We really are under attack. Someone's deliberately bombarding the city. I'll get onto Orbital and see if they can't get a picture of whoever's ships are doing this. I refuse to let whoever's responsible get away with this. Yep, we're just straight up under attack now. Oh. Oh. Second group coming in over there. Oh, come on. Ah, come on. Get it. There's another group coming in. I can't be wasting time chasing them all the way down there. Nope. Right, here we go. Even more. I did mention this is one about very quickly chasing your targets and changing targets as well. Ow. We got hit by that one. Oh. Okay, we did get that one. Come on. There we go. Alright, now we have to go up. Yeah. Here comes the bombardment. You might be seeing a theme up top. Now, if you can stay on top of this is not necessarily too difficult, but if you start to let them slip, you're going to have a fun time trying to keep up with all of them. And I think the last one. We got it. Ah, Blue, welcome back. We're just about to get a communication from Central. Hopefully they can explain what you've just been dealing with and why civilian areas are being bombarded. Come in, IORC. Come in, IORC. This is World Orbital Command. Are you receiving us? We hear you, Command. We came out of the bombardment in one piece. What on earth's going on up there? Why are we being shelled, and who's responsible? We're not affiliated with either side of this war. This shouldn't be happening. We can confirm sightings of a previously missing bombardment ship from the drone fleet in the right location to have been attacking your base in the surrounding city. It was notably absent during the main attack on the Navy fleet. We believe it to have been deliberately held back. Why? Our theory was that they were concerned your base would be pressed into service as point defense, intercepting shells as you've done today. However, the long-range firepower advantage it would have brought to the previous battle might even have allowed them to win. It seems unlikely they deliberately held it back. Do you have any information to add? Have you heard the stories of stolen equipment from the mining fleets? We have a theory that the splitter may have been stolen. If they're worried about point defense, could it be that they're clearing the way to take that all the way to Navy headquarters? We have had no word of this, but this warrants immediate investigation. It would explain why they held their forces back. If you're correct, the effect on the planet if it's detonated too close would be dire. We'll send out scanning vessels and get back to you as soon as we know more. Over and out. I meant to ask this before, Tech. What is a splitter? It's a very heavy-duty mining device, a massive gravitational charge generator designed to shatter huge chunks off dwarf planets. One broken planet could provide enough ore to last for hundreds, even thousands of years. But they're ridiculously dangerous, and Orbital Navy keeps a permanent eye on all of them. But if the Navy was already busy with the war... Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, speaking of, sorry Blue, but it looks like you're going back up again already. It's another tight spread, but I don't think it's shells this time. Could they just be throwing whole ships at us now? It doesn't matter. Shell, ship, splitter, I won't let it touch the ground. Yep, I think they're, if I remember correctly, they're just straight up deorbiting ships at us now. And they are spicy. Yes, we're drawing towards a close. A close? At the end of the game, I suppose, I should say. Not a huge amount left, but it is going to get tricky. Yeah, because you start to get some big waves. And apparently they're shelling us a little bit still as well. And don't be fooled, this might not look too difficult a game, but again, as I've said, while I have made some goofs, I have more time playing this game than anyone else in the world. And it took me a little while to get good at it. You'll probably find it's not tremendously difficult if you play a lot of arcade games, but not easy either, I would say. I do try to add a little bit of a... And I do mean try, but I do actually try to make my games a little bit tricky. I don't want it to be too nightmarish, especially early on, but I don't want it to be a cakewalk either, eh? Oh, we've got a big one. And I can see shields and I think lightning. Ow. I can also see myself hitting it because I'm not being careful enough. Oh. Shoot right down the exhaust on that one. Oh, it's another one where we've got to fly around that. Out. Okay, shields are out. Ow, do not do that. I'm going to get myself killed doing that. I'm on 1 health, but I think there's still a bit to go. Oh boy. Oh no! No, apparently not. That was it. We just made it. Yes, that's right. I think evacuating the civilians to the mainland at this point is our best bet. This area is drawing too much fire at the moment. Yes, I'm aware of how many people there are here. No, listen. Listen, they could be killed if they stay. Don't, you little... Ah! I'm back. What's going on? That was the governor of Azanan. I'm trying to get the ordinary folk out of here now. It's being targeted, but every country I've tried to has shot me down. Thanks to logistics, or we can't take that many people right now, or you can't do this under such short notice. Ah, don't they get it? There's literally explosives raining from the sky. Who cares about any of that? Come in, IORC. Come in, IORC. You're receiving. This is Central. Oh, finally somebody who understands the situation. Man, am I glad to hear from you, Central. What's the news? And I don't suppose your organisation could temporarily house a few 100,000 civilians for a few weeks by any miracle of a chance? Any room on those space stations of yours? Actually, there's already discussion about that. We believe the area may soon be too dangerous to inhabit. Unfortunately, your intel turned out to be correct. Scouts located the stolen mining tools, split of 48, in the care of a drone fleet consisting of a handful of vessels missing from the main battle, including that bombardment ship. Those things are detonated remotely, correct? Can you just fire it where it is? I assume the mining fleets and the Navy would hand over the detonation codes in a situation like this. Yes, we've tried that, but it seems they've already modified the device. It's not responding to our signals. I don't think it was ever expected that one could be physically stolen. I mean, they do weigh a few 100,000 tons after all, so the fail-safes are all against remote hacking. They're not seriously planning to throw one of those at Earth, are they? Their headquarters are on Earth too, and a hit from something like that. That's what we thought. But honestly, at this spot with the orbital path they've put it on, I can't see anything else happening. And it gets worse. The direct impact point is where you are, almost directly on top of IORC space. This seemingly confirms our suspicions. The drone fleet is trying to wipe out IORC, and nothing can stop the splitter touching the ground. It's huge, right? Couldn't you get other ground defences or inform the Navy to get them to disable it? Should be a pretty big target. The Navy is stretched thin, and the other ground defences are destroyed, but since the drone fleet is close to breaking point, they're sending the biggest force they can spare to intercept that fleet. IORC, I know this is a lot to ask, but for now, could I ask you to remain and continue to act as you have so far while we ready ships to evacuate your people? Screen readings incoming. Looks like we've got no choice but to stay for the moment. It's pretty bad up there too. I see a lot of large fragments. They're definitely outright throwing shipwrecks at us now. But with you here, Blue, I'm sure we'll do just fine. Go do what you do best, Blue. Up we go. I'm pretty sure this might actually be either the last level or one of the last ones now. Might be level 18. I've lost track a little bit. We're definitely getting towards the end anyway. Oh, this is a big one. We've got to be a little bit careful with this one. Okay, well, let's try and get that one while we're in here. I think with this one, if I remember correctly, we have to fly in, attach chutes while we're in, and then go out again and get the lower section. To actually separate it. Hey. Oh, actually, let's dive into the water while we're here. Refill. Up we go. This looks like another big one. I'm not seeing shields. Maybe it's a gun frigate. Oh no, it's another tanker. Let's break this one up first this time. Right, I think that's all parts separated. We'll work our way backwards. Oh, that didn't go. We didn't get that bit. Or did we? Oh, yeah, we missed one. I was thinking, that's strange. I had the parachute deploy. It looks alright. Yeah, that's one to not forget in your games, audio cues. If you can add a little sound to confirm something's happened, that can go a long way to the player being certain something's actually happening with their actions. I don't know why this game is straining my voice so hard, but apparently it is. We will be back to our economy playthrough at Astrox after this little series. But for now, I do want to finish this game off. Again, we are nearly there. Oh, but there's more. In fact, yes, I believe this is level 18, because I think I remember what's next. Okay, is that it? Hey, guess you did a little better that time. I'm back all. We finally finished evacuations, not helped by the storm. I know the science, but it's still incredible to think all the bombardments down south had messed up the weather this badly, even this far out. How are you all holding out? Not great, we're afraid. Omar was supposed to return from his last shift, but the weather got in the way. He's okay, but his ship was damaged on landing, came in too fast to smash the landing gear, the water tank, and the cooling system. We're down to one ship that still works, and Blue has run Meteor Buster 4 ragged. It needs a service, and badly. Oh, I was afraid of this. And the others? They're alright. The high-altitude teams are recovering okay, but none of them are in any state to fly. They're running repairs on their ships, but mostly replacement parts, and no conventional transports can fly in these conditions. Command's rough weather ones, and ours maybe, but we sent ours out with civilians to evade evacuations. They won't be back for a bit. You holding up alright, Blue? I could hardly sleep last night with the wind howling, and you had to run 3 flights in a row. You must be exhausted. I got used to lots of noise after my time in the Navy, but I can't say I'm not tired. Thank you for all your help so far, by the way. It really keeps me going, and you too as well. We do what we can. Oh, looks like Central have an incoming message. Heads up, everyone. Put it through on the main screen. IORC, this is Central. Can you hear us? We hear you, Central. It's surprisingly clearly given the storm we've got raging away down here. I hope you got good news for us? Yes, and some that's pretty dire, I'm afraid. On the one hand, the drone fleet and the war is done. The Navy finished turning their base into a crater, and their control supercomputers are scrap at this point. The fleet's done, with no commands, they're space junk at this point, and their commanders are in custody, wounded, or dead, with no one unaccounted for. It's finally over. Well, not quite, I hate to say. On the one hand, the only debris coming down now will be scraps from the battle. On the other hand, the Navy force that engaged the drone fleet with the splitter only half succeeded. The Navy won, but were too badly damaged to disable the splitter. It's still on course for Earth, and there's huge chunks of debris coming ahead of it. I'm sorry to say, but there's nothing we can do to intercept it. If that thing touches ground and goes off, the effect would be apocalyptic. The whole continent, maybe the planet, would be reduced to lava. You're the only ones with equipment to deal with it. Can you handle this? We'll give you any assistance we can manage, as will the Navy. Well, team, what do we think? I'll be going after Blue doesn't either way, but I have every faith in every one of you. I don't think that any one of you would back down here, not for a moment. I think, if they could send us a fresh pair of engines and a new control unit for Meteor Buster 4, and if I get the whole repair crews on it and take some parts that still work for the other ships, I can get it running. We'll have a ship. Yes, I think we can manage that. If we launch from Orbital as soon as it's loaded with our fastest rough weather transport and best pilot, I think we can get it to you within a few hours to fit it. Your mechanics are going to have to work like the devils at their backs, though, to fit them in time. And the rest of your team? If you can get me info on the structure on the splitter, and I mean everything, classified or not, and if we remove the safety limiter on Meteor Buster's railgun, I'll find its weakness. I'll work out how to destroy that thing. But for that, we need the best pilot to go up there and do it, of course. Blue, I hardly even need to ask, but the only future I see if I don't fly is one too terrible to even consider. So that's why, even if I'm scared, of course I'll fly. That's what I like to hear. Alright everyone, you heard Tech and Analyzer, get to your stations. Blue, get airborne. Once the wave of debris for the battle is cleared, land as fast as you can. We'll be sending you up to high altitude as soon as your ship's ready. The whole world's counting on you this time. I know you won't let them down. It's the final mission before the big one. If I remember correctly, a bit of everything's coming down today. Yeah, and a lot of it's big. Oop, out. Yeah, I should have realised I was too close to that one. Alright, on to the next one. Whoa, long boy. Oh. Okay, that's another piece down. Missile bay. as for design-wise for these ships, I tried to make the drone fleets look like really skeletal. They're meant to look like very utilitarian ships, so like no armor. They're basically just relying on not getting hit, or very minimal armor like the blast plate here in front of the fuel tank. They're meant to be as light as possible. They carry big weapons like the huge torpedoes, whereas the Navy ships are meant to look a bit more sort of space battleship Yamato-esque or something along those lines, like a bit like a ship in space. They're crewed by humans, so they're bigger, and they're higher quality ships individually, but there's not as many of them. Or at least that's kind of the idea it's going for. And they prefer to use guns rather than missiles. I wanted there to be a little bit of differentiation anyway. Oh, we're out of water. Okay, we need to dive. Not good. We're going to waste a lot of time refilling. You see, you can just about catch some of the high velocity debris, but you still can't do anything about it. It's too hot, basically, is the idea. Yeah, the parachutes would just catch fire. Oh, hold it. Tell you what, so you can see what happens if we do miss one. Ow. Yeah, not good. Sprays a lot of stuff around. Starts some fires. You see, the level is weaker than we are. You can only miss out 2 bits of debris, whereas you can take 5 hits, or 4 hits, I suppose. These two are very close together. That's going to be interesting to try and maneuver around. Whoa. Ow. Oh, we've been shot. Come on. Do not get hit. Hey. Skin of our teeth. Which is a weird expression now I think about it. I'm not really sure where that comes from. Teeth don't have skin on them. Come in, Blue. You should be approaching the altitude limit of your engines now. How are you doing up there? I feel okay. Lighter, though. Is this space? Very nearly. Even a high-altitude team don't operate this high up normally. How's your ship? Holding out okay? I've never seen tech car working as hard as he was fitting his engines. It feels a little down on power, but it's still flying. And I think it's all working. It's weird, though. With nothing to look at but clouds, I can't tell how fast I'm flying. I found time to remove the limiter and amp up the output of your railgun after finishing work on the engines. They should be able to pierce the armor on that thing now, though I'm sure it'll be totally shot after this mission. Analyzers mark targets on it preemptively. It'll begin re-entry at any moment. Blue, just a heads up, but with how heavy the armor on it is, it likely won't break apart. It likely won't break apart like the other pieces of debris have. You'll need to attach chutes to pull the layers of plating apart like you do with normal debris. The core is very complicated and it has explosives as part of its detonation. One good shot with the railgun will render it inoperable, but keep in mind it'll almost certainly explode after, and the explosion is likely to be massive. Be ready to make a run for it when you make that shot. You've got to destroy it before it hits the main cloud layer. It'll be too close to the ground either way. Well, I think that's everything we had to say. Is there anything else you want to say before it arrives? Just one thing. Mary, this might not be the best time, and I know we've only known each other for a few months, but even with what's happened, they've been some of the best of my life, but I wanted to ask. Future reference, what size is your ring finger? Blue, what, are you asking what I think you are? Yes, of course it's... Actually, you know what? Come back in one piece and you can measure it yourself. Don't you dare die on me, Blue, okay? I will see you soon. You don't need it, but good luck anyway. You're the best pilot we've ever had, Blue. Go take that thing down and, maybe show me a few of those moves afterwards? I still haven't forgotten that comment about my jacket, Blue. No good dying on us till I can show you that movie. And I want that ship back too. I put a lot of work into these. More than any of that, though, don't worry. You'll do just fine. This is Command calling Blue. We've got a message from the people of Earth. All our hopes of flying would be protect the home of humanity, protect the peace we finally achieved, and return to us alive. That is all. The radio falls silent. Maybe the ship is out of range, maybe they're just letting her focus. For a moment, Blue thinks of those on the planet below, then stealing herself, sets off to fight the final challenge. Welcome to the edge of space, everybody. And yes, it was a pain to, to set up this level differently to all the others. We've got something special coming in here. Yeah, this is a big one, to say the least. We've got a giant to deal with here. Warning, extremely explosive. Not an understatement. And yes, as mentioned, the armour peels apart far too slowly if you don't put chutes on it. You have to attach the chutes to pull this thing apart. And there's a lot of them. Okay, the outer shell's coming off, but a little bit of a trip here. Perhaps I'm spoiling my own final boss, perhaps not, but you probably want to attach these chutes first. With this area opened up, pull off the next layer. Cores exposed. Alright, and let's go. Come on, come on. She's waiting for me. Medium Buster, please, just keep going a little longer. You've already flown me so far. Warning, shields failing. Critical failure in engine 3. Running emergency purge of fuel lines. Hold together. Just a few more seconds. One more flight is all we need. It's so close. Fly. Please, fly. Whoa. Orbital, are you seeing this? The whole sky just lit up down here. We see it, IORC. Visual on it here from here. That blast out of my window from space. I know, I did. Explosion must going to be that large. Must have been 20 times more powerful than I've been told. Analyzer, what about Blue? Can you reach her? I'm trying, but there's so much interference. It's just radio noise. Rerouting all available power and starting all auxiliary generators. And setting it all to the most powerful sensor console and receivers. That's yours, Analyzer. See if you can reach her now. Blue, can you hear us? Blue? Come on, Blue. You can't ask me something like that and not return. Blue! No. No, you can't. Mary? Mary, is that you? I can hear you. Blue. Blue, you're alive. You okay? I'm upside down, but I'm alright. The ship was falling apart and the blast clipped me. Words. But the chute launcher blew out, and I think it set off all the parachute rounds. I'm drifting down somewhere over water? What happened to that machine? The energy readings are a bit scrambled in the area, still some glowing away, but the casing was blasting to atoms, so no danger of it falling on anyone. And since we're still here, I think it's safe to say you only went and did it. Even put my ship back in. Well, mostly one piece. We see you on radar now, Blue, so don't worry about where you land. That blast's blowing away the storm, so we're warming up a transport to come pick you up. Should be with you in half an hour. You kept your promise, Blue. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hurry back, okay? Much more than thanks. I'm going to make sure you pay back in full. In fact, clear me a seat on that transport veteran. I want to be there. Everyone, I'll see you soon. And there we go. Oh, I didn't have a credits theme. But yes, little credits. Thanks to the various friends and family that helped me out. And as I said, this was the first project of this scale I'd completed. Although there were some ups and downs in it, I put a lot into it, and it's strange to think that a lot of people I never know might read this someday, so for playing it to the end, which hopefully some of you will, a big thank you from myself. And there we go. It was a short little series, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Again, if you want to give the game a try yourself, there'll be a link to it in the description. You might enjoy it. So, with that, I will see you all again next time.